Hi, Michelle here with the Traveling Epicurean. This show is so exciting because not only are we going to be making my scrumptious turkey stuffed peppers, but I'm going to take you to one of my favorite butcher shops located in Guilford, Connecticut. And that's the hometown of our American Idol, Nick Fradiani. So we're going to go and take a peek at his hometown concert celebration. So fun. I can't wait. Let's go. This is what we're going to need to make our stuffed peppers. And we have two sets of ingredients here for our stuffed peppers. We have the ingredients for the stuffing, and then we have the ingredients that's going to make the porcini wine sauce, which is actually going into the stuffing, and then some at the bottom of our baking dish when we bake the peppers. So I'll need a Spanish onion, which I'm going to chop up, and some baby bells, which are packed full of flavor, Reggiano Parmesano, and basmati rice, which I've already cooked, and a pound of ground turkey. That's going into the stuffing. And for the sauce, we'll need a 1/4 cup of dried porcinis, which I'll soften up with some warm water. Just purple garlic, which I wait for every spring. It's juicy and beautiful. And a can of my Sclafani whole peeled tomatoes I love. Use your favorite tomato. I have some olive oil, salt, and pepper. And as for the turkey, I'm gonna have you meet one of my favorite butcher shops. It's important to support your local small butcher shops. They do such a wonderful job. And so we're gonna take a peek back yesterday to go to Guilford, Connecticut at the Guilford Food Center. And it just happened to be Nick Fradiani Day. So it was a very exciting day. Just check this out. Excited about today. I'm going to take you to my local butcher, and it happens to be in Guilford. And Guilford right now is a little bit crazy because it's Nick Fradiani Day from American Idol. So I needed some, there goes my car. I needed some freshly ground turkey for my turkey stuffed peppers. So we're gonna check it out, and then I'm gonna come back and pick up my kids from school early. And I have a couple of cake pops for them that I got at Starbucks, one of their favorites, and they love Nick Fradiani. They hope he wins the American Idol, and so then we're gonna go to the parade, and he's gonna give a free concert on the green. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait. And they have lots of festivities going around. The cannoli truck, I love that cannoli truck. So this is the typical New England town, and this is the next to the green, the Guilford Green. We live one town over. We're in Guilford, Connecticut. Look at those beautiful, I think those are cherry blossom trees. And we have one of our favorite toy stores here, the Purple Bear. And the food center is just right down the street here. And this is the Guilford Food Center that I love so much. And so we're going to take a walk back here. They totally redid the whole place. So excited for them. This is wonderful. All right. Good, how are you? Well, I'm here to get some ground turkey, if you guys, and you guys are one of my favorite butchers, so I am coming to show everybody what the Guilford Food Center butcher place looks like. Can I get a 1.5 pounds of fresh ground turkey? Okay, I'll get 2 of those.
I'm not your favorite butcher anymore.
You certainly still are.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, right? So it's an exciting day today with Nick Fradiani going on, right?
Exciting. It's fun.
Thank you. I know. I have to go back and pick up my kids and bring them. So we'll see you in a little bit. Bye. So we have a wonderful selection. We have all kinds of great meats here. And if you ever needed anything butterflied, they're so happy to do all of it. There's Fox News. Nick was on Fox News all last night. He made a very cute weatherman, I have to say. So they got Fox News back here again, and I'm sure they're going to be taping the show. Alright, I'm going to get my kids now. Pick up Riley and Bella now. Ooh, somebody's getting a ticket. I'm glad it's not me.
Oh, what's in there?
Okay. Are you guys excited about this concert?
Yeah! We're singing the concert with the Guilford guy from American Idol who's performing on the green.
Pops for you. Cake pops. Cake pops for you too, Riley.
Thank you.
You guys ready for the Guilford Green?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a lot of fun. Let's get a little cooking in. We're going to start the garlic, and we're going to start caramelizing those sweet onions and mushrooms for our stuffed peppers. So I'm going to get the sauteed garlic going for the porcini wine sauce. And then I have another pan back there. I'm going to start sauteing the sweet onion and the mushrooms for the stuffing. So that garlic was so big, I only needed to use 2 whole cloves. It ends up being about 4, maybe even a little bit more than 4 cloves of garlic. They're absolutely juicy and gorgeous. And I'm going to get those to be a little bit golden on the end. These on a medium high. I'm going just for a few minutes. I'm going to give a little bit of salt. Just about 1/4 teaspoon. It helps render out some of those juices. Onions are getting nice and golden. All the waters have rendered out of them. So I'm going to deglaze with some red wine. Ooh, it smells so good. That sweet onion. I love the smell of the red wine evaporating in there. All those flavors are going to be great in the stuffed peppers. So I'm just going to let that render out a little bit and reduce, and then we're going to cool it so we can put it in a bowl with all of our other turkey stuffing ingredients, and then mix it all together and stuff the peppers. I got the can of whole peeled tomatoes in there, and I also put those gorgeous golden softened garlic on top of there. And now I'm just going to puree it. That was more like 20 seconds. Now I am going to just pour that into our pan. So beautiful. So I added in a tablespoon of sugar. I'm gonna add in those beautiful porcini mushrooms and all that gorgeous juice that we've had soaking for about a ½ an hour, just to soften up the dried mushrooms. And now I'm gonna add in 1/4 teaspoon of ground Italian seasonings, and then I'll add in 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then we're just gonna let that simmer. And last but not least, we'll add another 1/4 cup of red wine. Slicing off the tops of our peppers. I've already chosen them carefully at the store. Sometimes people look at me strangely because I'm setting up my pepper to see if it's gonna stand up nicely. Some are in the shape that there's no way that they'll ever stand up, but you want them to be able to stand up in the bottom of your baking dish like that. So we're just gonna cut off the tops, just like that, and it's really easy to pull out the insides. We're gonna line them up in the baking dish, and then I'm gonna take this bowl and we're gonna put all of our stuffing for our peppers right in there, and I'm gonna give it a mix, and then we're gonna stuff these peppers. You're really gonna love this dish. I love stuffed peppers, baked stuffed peppers. You know, you can even freeze them. In fact, we'll cook up 6 of them, and I'm gonna take 2 of them uncooked, and I'll put them in a side little dish. I'll wrap them with saran wrap and foil, and I'm gonna put them in the freezer. So here's our beautiful ingredients for our stuffed peppers. We have the pound of turkey. We have a cup of grated Reggiano Parmesano, a cup of that porcini wine sauce that we just made, 1/3 cup of fresh chopped parsley, the baby bells and the sweet onion that we sauteed, basmati rice, a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, salt because the turkey's going to need that, and then we're just going to mix this all together. It's going to be really delicious. It's unbelievable. I used to make this with beef, but I'm telling you, I really like making it with the turkey. I don't think I'll ever go back to making it with beef. A good 1/2 inch of sauce and water and wine. I have 3/4 cup of wine in there that I've added. I added 1/2 cup of boiling water, And then 2 cups of sauce. And then I'm just going to grate some cheese right on the top there. That Reggiano Parmesano. And then we're going to put this in the oven. The smells that are going to come from that oven are going to be to die for. You're going to smell the peppers and the turkey and the mushrooms. Oh, so delicious. All right. So I'm going to wrap that with foil and get that right in the oven. Look how beautiful that is. We're going to get these peppers in the oven, and while they're baking, let's take a look at Nick's concert on the green.
Step on it. For the signal so we can get started, and they're going to perform for you. Beach Ave they can play together in like 6 months or so this is a real treat for everybody.
Wow, those look so amazing. I just pulled them out of the oven. So we baked them for an hour at 350. I pulled the foil off, and then I turned the oven up to 400. And then that helps to really thicken up that beautiful wine porcini sauce down there and really finish cooking off those peppers. And then you want it a little bit, you know, crispy on the top. I'm going to sprinkle with a little bit of Parmesan on top here. And then I'm going to cover them for about 5 more minutes. And then we're going to plate these up. Oh, they're going to be so delicious. I cannot wait to have a bite of this. Okay, I just plated up this gorgeous pepper. And now I'm just, look at the juices in there. I'm going to cut through there. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful that is. Unbelievable. All those beautiful juices just come flowing out of there. I'm just going to have a bite of this. Wow. That is so tender. It's heavenly. Oh, I just love that. You taste the wine, the porcinis, and the turkey is so light. That is one heck of a stuffed pepper, let me tell you. You're going to really like this. Well, I'm glad you got to share in all the fun with our American Idol Nick Fradiani's home celebration. And remember, get to know your local butcher. You can find the recipe for those scrumptious turkey peppers at thetravelingepicurean.com. Ciao!